Hey, welcome back to Kult of Athena's YouTube channel. I'm your host, Tom. Today we're looking at a Get Dressed for Battle item, the 15-inch leather-covered buckler. I'm going to use this in assistance with a side sword and also a saber, so you can see that. Take a look at some specs, up-close looks, and a little bit of movement. Okay, so 15-inch steel buckler, leather-covered buckler. What I like about this one, first of all, is that it's cost-effective. It's got a good grip to it, so the grip is flat, and it is steel. And it is, it's nailed into there, it's tacked into there, which you're gonna see in the up close looks. What I like about this is that it's got a boss. So this round piece in the middle, if you don't know what a boss is, that's to have blows glance off from there. This is obviously gonna be used in assistance with some type of arming sword or side sword. What I have in my hand right now is the Delton early Spanish rapier because it's pretty close to a side sword and closest thing I have to an arming sword right now from the boxes that I've gotten. So we're gonna use that. I'm also gonna grab the Hungarian saber just so you can see that for the movement, have some variety. So it's a 15-inch steel back, the whole thing's steel, and then we have leather on the front. The good thing about that, the utility aspect of it, especially if you train with this, and it's not only for Ren fairs, but if you're in your yard like me and you're doing sword and shield, you're doing sword and buckler, if you don't have leather on the front of it, they end up looking like this, unless you clean them after every single time that you train with them, which I did not. So I have tape on the back of this now, and then I also just have, this thing is just corroded and I have to clean it, or I can just end up putting some type of stuff on the front of it. But either way, that's a huge aspect of this, is that I'd rather have gotten a leather one because it's way less to clean. Sure, you're gonna have to clean off, oil and stuff like that, on the back of this, unless you put some type of coating on it. But in a pinch, something to train with for sword and buckler, if you're working this type of stuff, then, not a bad item to have at all. Something to say too is that if you're looking for extra grip, you could also add some type of you could add grip tape to this as well. But if you're gonna be wearing anything like hand protection or gauntlets, that's probably gonna cover the amount of grip that you would need for this. I like that it's a 15-inch one because it's enough coverage for covering the center. So when you're changing through different guard positions, when you are cutting, this does have a good amount of protection through the center, especially when you're working this in assistance with the shield, obviously. So first impressions, solid grip, well built, easy to clean, especially with the front being leather. And it's got a good boss on it, and there's nothing loose on it at all. So definitely a good item, especially for it being I believe under $100, which is really great. So that's what I have to say about it. First impressions, it's good. I would definitely get it over the one that I just showed you that I've had for like 2 or 3 years, just because there's less exposed steel, which means less to clean, less to maintenance, and you have to use less of your cleaning supplies in order to do that. Real practical, kind of boring first impressions on it, but it's a good one. If you're using this in assistance with the buckler, like sword and buckler, coming over the top with cuts, if you're coming over the top with thrust, if you're starting to use this or you're assisting with the shield as well, it's really sweet. Let's do some up close looks of this one, just on both sides and also the rim of it, that we can see as close to three-dimensional as possible for this 15-inch leather buckler. All right, talking about moving with this one, normally I know that this would be assisted primarily with an arming sword, maybe something a little bit wider, but in a pinch, for what I've got right now, this one's not bad at all. This is the Delton early Spanish rapier. It's got side sword qualities to it, but it is still considered a rapier. So whether you're using an arming sword or whatever, I'm gonna go through a little bit of cuts on this, a little bit of thrust, assisting with the shield, and then also moving through the guard positions, showing you as close to three-dimensional as possible what this thing looks like in motion. So let's take a look at that footage. Hey, so thanks for joining me for this review of the Get Dressed for Battle 15-inch leather covered buckler. This one's available at cultofathena.com. Click the link in the description below this video to buy this one today to add to your collection. If you're looking to work sword and buckler, if you're looking to get something and you're starting to get maybe into sword and shield and you want something in a pinch, we also have larger round shields, and also we have a bunch of different shields actually. But bucklers, I would definitely get this one because it's leather covered and it's easy to maintenance. If you haven't seen the review, you can notice I switched swords here. This is the Hungarian saber from Universal Swords. We have a full review of this one on the YouTube channel. If it's not up yet, it will be up soon. This has become one of my favorite sabers from USS. It's lightweight, it's agile, it's really fun to train with, and it's cost effective. I'm your host, Tom, for the Kult of Athena's YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, follow us on TikTok and Instagram, and I'll see you in the next review.